Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Midwife Jamie, a midwife, a mom of three, and on this channel we talk about life in the UK, midwifery practice in the UK, and we keep it real when it comes to pregnancy, birth, and life after the baby. Today we are talking about maternity pay in the UK. Let's be honest, trying to figure out what you are entitled to can feel like learning a whole new language altogether. I asked several questions before considering to be pregnant by God's grace. So whether you are employed, self-employed, or in between jobs, grab a notebook or a cup of tea and let's break it down all together. Let's begin with the types of maternity pay. There are three main types of maternity pay in the UK. The first one is statutory maternity pay. This is the basic legal pay if you are employed by a company. The second is maternity allowance. That's if you do not qualify for the SMP. For example, if you are self-employed or recently changed jobs, this one is for you. And the last one is the occupational or enhanced maternity pay. This is the extra pay from generous employers. We'll go through each one clearly with examples for you to understand. So stick with me and let's dive into it. Let's start with the statutory maternity pay, or the SMP for short. To qualify, you need to have worked for your employer for at least 26 weeks by the 15th week before your due date. Let's say your baby is due on the 1st of January 2026. Count 15 weeks back from your due date. That takes you to around mid-September 2025. Specifically, 21st September 2025 is the end of the 15th week before 1st January. So you must have already been working for your employer since at least 26 weeks before 21st September 2025. That means you must have started working there by around 24th March 2025. Do you understand this? In very plain terms, if your baby is due on the 1st January 2026, you must have started working for your employer by late March 2025 and still be working there in mid-September 2025 to qualify for statutory maternity pay. Again, you must be earning at least £123 a week. Now, here is what you actually get. First 6 weeks, you get 90% of your average weekly earning. The next 33 weeks, you get £184 per week, or 90% of your earnings, whichever is lower. Let's make this real with an example. Take your time, you will understand. If you earn £400 a week, 90% of that is £360. So for the first 6 weeks, you will get £360 per week. Then for the next 33 weeks, since 360 is more than 184, you will get 184 per week. Let me mention that you can ask your employer to spread your maternity pay equally over a number of months. Let's say for 9 months. Instead of getting more SMP at the start and less or none at the end, you can ask your employer to split the total amount evenly over the number of months you would like. This helps you to budget better and have a steady income during your maternity leave. Employers do not have to spread it out. It's not mandatory, but if they agree, they are just basically to space out the timings, and this is done by the arrangement from the payroll. Let's make an example with £400 per week we have used earlier. 90% of that is 360. For the 6 weeks, you will get 360 times 6, 2160. Then the next 33 weeks, you receive 184 per week. So that will be 6,072 over the 33 weeks. Together, you are entitled to receive 6072 plus 2160, which is 8232. If your employer agrees to spread this 8232 equally over the 39 weeks, you will receive £211 per week. So you will end up receiving £844 every month over the 9 months, instead of receiving higher in some months and receiving lower in other months. SMP lasts up to 39 weeks, but you can take up to 52 weeks of your maternity leave if you want. You will usually start maternity leave at about 29 weeks, but You can start earlier if needed. Me, I came home at 37 weeks and had my baby at 41 weeks. Oh God, it was tiring, but it's worth it. I'll get more time to spend with my son before resuming work. But listen to your body. Listen to your body. Now, what if you are not eligible to the SMP? Maybe you change jobs recently. Maybe you are on a 0 hour contract, or maybe you are self employed. That is where the maternity allowance comes in. To qualify, you need to have worked or been self employed for at least 26 weeks before your due date. And you must be earning at least £30 a week in the 13 weeks of those 26 weeks. If you qualify, you can get up to £184 per week for 39 weeks, which is £736 per month, or 90% of your average earnings if that one is lower. If you are self-employed, make sure you are registered and paying Class 2 NI, that's national insurance, to qualify. Now, the Class 2 national insurance is a type of contribution that self-employed people in the UK pay to qualify for certain state benefits, including state pension, maternity allowance, new style job seekers allowance, bereavement benefits, among others. It's £3.45 every week. It's a flat rate, not based on how much you earn. Starting April 2024, they have made changes. So self-employed people no longer have to pay Class 2 NI directly if their profit is above 6,725. They pay Class 4 if their profit is over 12,570. Kindly take note if you are self-employed. Now, let's talk about occupational maternity pay or enhanced maternity pay. This is the extra pay some employers will give on top of the SMP. It is not required by law. It depends on the employer. Some employers like the NHS, schools, and some corporate jobs offer more than the SMP, but also this enhanced maternity pay. Check your employment contract or speak to your HR to find out what your job offers. This is how it is usually paid. You get 8 weeks full pay, then the next 18 weeks half pay plus SMP, and the next 13 weeks you get only the SMP, then the following 13 weeks is unpaid. You can ask your employer to spread it equally, as we have discussed earlier. Speak to your employer, explore the options, and choose which one works best for your family. But you need to return to work after your leave. You might need to repay the enhancement if you do not. So check the details carefully. For the NHS staff, when filling the application form, you are asked to confirm that you would return to the NHS after your maternity leave. So if you don't, you'll be asked to pay all these enhancements you're talking about. I hope you have understood all these three types and you know what to ask your employer. If you have any questions, ask me. Let's look at how you can now apply for your maternity pay. You must tell your employer by 25 weeks of your pregnancy. You need to get your Mat B1 form from your midwife at 20 weeks plus. You can use this form to apply for exemption certificates so that you don't have to pay for prescriptions. It gives you access to free dental care as well. That's just by the way. Use this form to apply for SMP or maternity allowance. Most employers would give you a form to fill and state your preferences. So you can also apply for your maternity allowance at the gov.uk. I'll leave the link in the description for you. Now, these are special tips from me as a mom, as a midwife, and as a friend. Save early during the pregnancy if you can. Use your annual leave before or after maternity leave to extend paid time off. In the NHS, your annual leave is rolled over to the next year, so you can make use of it. You can work up to 10 kids days, 10 paid keeping in touch days, without losing your maternity pay. You can use these kid days for your training week before you return, or other activities regarding your practice as an NHS staff, but you will need to make all these arrangements with your lovely line manager. You cannot use these kid days after your maternity leave. So make use of it whilst you're on maternity. Look into shared parental leave as well if your partner wants more time off. Yeah, that was a lot, but I hope you are walking away feeling way more confident about what you are entitled to, which one applies to you. Is it the SMP, the MA, or the enhanced pay? Let me know in the comments. And if you have more questions, ask away. I read every one of them. Like this video if it helped. Share it with another mom to be or colleague. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more real talk on pregnancy, maternity rights, and mom life from someone who is living it. and working in it. Thanks for watching. I'm sending love to every one of you growing a whole human being right now. You've got this. You can do it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.